Are you ready? It's time for On Point Live. With two superstars from the NFL. Number 78, been in the league, played offensive lineman for 20 seasons with one team, the Los Angeles Rams. Played one game in St. Louis and said, I'm done. We're talking about a guy known as Big Bad Jackie Slater is here today on the show. Jackie, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mike. I'm looking forward to getting you back in here. Hope you're feeling better.
No, I'm getting
Vince
there.
and I are going to try to hold it down till you get back.
That's good. Then we got number 15. Guy known from Super Bowl 14 as one of the greats. And I got to tell you, this guy is so good. In 1982, he passed for, I think, 509 yards, a record, second best to Norm Van Brocklin from the Rams. And he did it in a losing, fashion. This guy, I want to see what he passed when he won games. We're talking about the one and only legendary Vince Ferragamo.
That's right. Thank you, Michael. I much would rather have passed for 1 yard and we won the game, to be honest with you.
That's it.
Yeah, we had to come from
We were trying to win the game.
That was against the Bears. Remember
I
that?
know.
Walter Payton
Was the
broke
Chicago
the
Bears,
all-time leading rushing mark in the NFL that same game.
They certainly did, and my old college teammate made me proud that day. I wish I could have done the same because I got kicked out of that game.
You got kicked out of it?
Yeah, I left early. I got kicked out of the game.
What happened?
Well,
Hit a guy late.
One of the
Come on.
Yeah, it was like Vince said. I ended up not controlling myself, and the guy had done a cheap shot, and it's always the second guy that gets caught, and
Retaliation.
Yeah, retaliation.
You can't
That's
do
what
that now.
Can't retaliate.
So you got a chance to atone for that, Jackie, because this is Thanksgiving week, and you want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Happy
Everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving. We got a lot to be thankful for here in our
Yes,
families and certainly in our country, and it's a beautiful place to live, and got a lot to be thankful for.
I'm thankful for Harmony Cheese. You go to harmonycheese.com. Make sure and mention CRN Talk. You get 10% off your order at harmonycheese.com. And I'm thankful for Vince Ferragamo wines. Clarissa J. pairs so well with the Harmony Cheese. And I'm thankful for Jackie Slater, who just loves all of the Harmony cheeses, but especially that 6-pepper cheese and the Abergele.
Absolutely.
Right? That's it. So order it up. It's waiting there for you. The holidays are here. What a great idea. They got gift packs of all kinds at harmonycheese.com. This is the show that's going to tell you what to do in football, so stay with us. It's On Point Live. Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater, our producer Corey Marino is here. I'm Michael Horn. Going to take a break and be back with more. Don't go away. Welcome back to On Point Live. I'm Michael Horn, along with the stars of our show, Vince Ferragamo and Jackie Slater. Our sponsor, harmonycheese.com. Don't forget our website. It's onpointlive.net. And subscribe to our On Point Live YouTube channel, On Point Live with Vince and Jackie. Give us a like on that, too. Follow us on Instagram, on.point.live. And email us with your questions, comments, and more. Our email address, onpoint@crntalk.com, as in Championship Radio Network. onpoint@crntalk.com. We're on radio stations around the country. Our flagship 790 KABC in Los Angeles. And I'll tell you, our podcast available shortly after the program, and you can get it at all podcast platforms, Spotify, Google, Apple. All you do is go to that platform, type in On Point Live. It'll come right up. Or better yet, on your smartphone, just dial up this number, pound 250, and hit send. When the call is answered, say, find my podcast. They'll ask you which one. You say On Point Live. That podcast, our show, will be loaded to your phone. You can listen to it and enjoy it time and time again. All right, Vince and Jackie, let's get into it right now. We got to start off with the Rams. They're the best team in the NFL right now. Best record at 9-2. They took it to the Tampa Bay Bucks 34-7. Vince, your thoughts?
Well, they're the hottest team right now in the NFL, Mike. There's no question. And I think it all boils down to the coaching. And I think they're getting excellent coaching on both sides of the football. Offensively, of course, Sean McVay's doing a great job with the quarterbacks and putting everything together, putting Puka Nacua, getting him in the lineup, getting Davante Adams in a mixture of the passing game, getting their running game going, and Ryan Wendell up front's been doing a great job with the offensive line.
Absolutely.
Great protection, right, Jackie? And
Absolutely.
then on defense, too, Chris Shula's has been lights out. I mean, this team
that guy,
is number one, Jackie, giving up the fewest amount of points per game in the NFL. Why do you think they win? I mean, it's defense.
If you don't score, you can't beat them.
That's
right. As simple as that. And Shula has done a fantastic job. And Vince, we might as well mention that we're hearing that the New York Giants are very interested in Shula as a possible head coach. I would certainly hate to see him leave, but he is earning every bit of that particular opportunity.
Well, he's taking after his grandpa, isn't he, though, Jackie?
Yes, Don
Shula.
Absolutely.
And you took pictures with Don Shula.
Absolutely. I took pictures with his granddad. I told him that the other day when I was out at training camp.
How old am I? Don Shula's his grandpa? Give me a break.
Yeah, absolutely. That's who
Vince,
his grandpa.
You talk about your Italians. That guy's a Czech man. He knows good beer when he drinks it there. Don Shula and Chris.
Well, yeah, that's important.
Back to the Rams, man. I just can't say enough about the way this team is operating right now. Davante Adams came out and he said, Vince, that this is the most fun that he's ever had playing this game.
Why not?
The most fun that
when
he's
you can
ever
catch
had.
8 touchdown passes
and not
less
have
than
to run,
2 yards,
not have to run a 5-yard route.
he
don't have to go 5 yards, and he's leading the league in touchdowns. So it says a lot about number one, what McVay thinks of his ability to use his hands and his eyes to track the football and make big catches. Right. Says a lot about
not their tush push, but they're just their flop pass, or whatever.
Absolutely.
I mean, they can just
and and I personally, I'll admit, I was having problems with that because I think for me, I like the idea of being inside the 5-yard line and giving your offensive lineman a chance to beat some of that pass rush out of those guys and feel good about punching the ball in the end zone. It's a physical game, and that's an opportunity for offensive linemen to really, really be physical and pin their ears back and get after guys. So, but I'm seeing that what McVay is doing, the way he's calling the game, it demoralizes defenses. It demoralizes teams because, you don't feel like you have an answer for them. You're sitting there at the line of scrimmage with your knees bent, squatting, lowering your hips, ready to take on a big guy, and then all of a sudden you stand up and the ball has been tossed over your head for a 2-yard touchdown. That's got to be frustrating, Vince.
But Michael, Jackie makes a good point because it's the style and the innovation that he uses with personnel groupings. And if you're going to play against the Rams, if your defense is predicated on personnel groupings, if I have 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends in the game, I know a set of plays they're going to want to run, and this is what we have to defend. Most teams are getting off guard. They're confused by what the different formations and the personal groupings that they have on the field. If you have Devontae and Puka, okay, that's a whole different type of scheme. If you have one running back versus the Rams don't use 2 running backs in a game. So, it's condensed, but yet there's a myriad of different formations and movement that they're trying to get their defense off balance.
Absolutely.
And that's how they're doing.
And they're fishing constantly for the weaknesses that they perceive to be in that defense. And they're always putting a lot of pressure on those areas where they perceive to be flaws in the defense. And if they aren't flaws, the quarterback is doing a great job of reading the counter throws and making good decisions with the football. I can't see at this point in time, Vince, anyone being a favorite MVP candidate over Matthew Stafford. He's playing the best football of any quarterback in pro football right now.
MVP level play with Matthew Stafford. He threw 3 touchdowns. He got 27 in a row without an interception. He's thrown 30 TDs on the season with only 2 interceptions. Only guy with him in that class is Patrick Mahomes. It's a very elite company.
Very
and it all started with that game in Wimbledon, Mike, when they went overseas, and he had 5 touchdown passes against the Jags that game. A lot of them were close up with Davante Adams. And in that span of time, the last 6 weeks, with the bye the following week, he's had 18 touchdowns. But 8 of them came to Davante, which is 45%. But those passes were less than 2 yards average.
Yes, they
per
weren't
touchdown.
very long. But there's another group on this football team that is very special that we need to give a shout out to and a pat on the back to, and that's their secondary, Vince.
Oh yeah,
their secondary is playing lights out football. I mean, they got Emmanuel Forbes, for example. The guy had 5 pass defenses. They threw the ball at him 5 times.
Did anybody ever catch a pass against him?
Didn't catch a pass against him, Vince. That's saying a great deal.
Yeah.
I mean, this
that's
guy.
That's your lockdown corner right there.
That's a lockdown corner right there. And then remember, they traded for him. They didn't draft him. So it says a lot about, the Rams organization and how they view talent to play situational football, the kind that they want to play.
And don't forget about my daughter's favorite Ram. Is number 53,
Absolute Landman. How about him? He got a new deal, Vince.
Wow.
He was on a $1.1 million deal, and the Rams concluded this. The guy hadn't been there 6 months, and he was voted a captain. He wears the green dot, which means he's calling the plays. He's leading the team in forced fumbles. He got 3 of those with that peanut punch that he's using, and he's leading the team in tackles. He's got the most amount of tackles of any Ram this year.
Don't you love his energy and his play calling?
I love his energy. I love everything about this guy. He reminds me of Hacksaw Reynolds, some of the Jim Youngblood, some of the really good linebackers. Bob Brzezinski before he got traded away. Some of the really good linebackers that I played with at the Rams. Carl Eckern is another guy that he reminds me of, calling all those plays. So, when a team sees a man having the kind of success that lends itself to overall team success, when they see that guy get rewarded, it makes everybody say, hey, this is a fair organization. If I do my job and do it well, I'm going to get treated like the best in the league. And I just can't say enough about Rams management and the way they're dealing with this and identifying the special guys and making sure that they take care of them.
Landman's got his own TV show, Jackie. And Vince, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they needed a kicker. They go out, they get Harrison Mevis, and he makes 2 field goals, including a 52-yarder. Where was he when you guys needed him in Super Bowl 14 for Frank Corral?
That's that extra point. Yeah, they beat us by the spread.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Well, Mevis has done a great job, man.
But you know what, Jackie? Sean McVay did a really clever thing, too. He kept his kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi.
Cardi.
And so it's not much. It's a team effort, Mike, right? It's the guy snaps the ball. It's the guy, the holder. It's the blocking that you do up front, not necessarily just the kicker.
Well, he got rid of the holder, Ward.
Yeah.
And he brought in Ward was actually the deep snapper. Mm-hmm. They brought in a 15-year deep snapper that had been with him before. And all of a sudden now, all of the problems are gone. Interesting thing was the way he said Cardi was handling. He liked the way Cardi was handling the whole situation of being benched, and he did not cut him. He kept him on the practice roster. It says a lot about the way that team perceives McVay as a leader and a head coach.
That's a good point.
Tampa Bay has lost 3 in a row. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to handicap or look at the past games last week, analyze them, and look at it from the side of coaching. I think Vince and Jackie have a good look at what coaching means to these teams. So we'll take a break, get you a chance to order your Harmony cheese. Go to harmonycheese.com, get some Abergelli, get some Parmesan that Vince Ferragamo loves. We'll take a quick break, and OnPoint Live will return. Vince Ferragamo and Jackie Slater, don't go away. Welcome back to OnPoint Live, brought to you by our friends at HarmonyCheese.com, the best cheese around, right from the Midwest. Wisconsin, the bread basket, the place where the best cows are, the greatest cheese, HarmonyCheese.com, favorites of Vince Ferragamo and Jackie Slater. We'll talk some more about that later, but order it up now. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating, Harmony Cheese fits in. Go to HarmonyCheese.com. Don't forget, mention CRN Talk when you are at the website. 10% off your very first order.
I got to get me on a charcuterie board from over there, Vince.
But yeah, you should get a charcuterie board. I'm telling you.
I got to get.
Now, let me ask you guys first. We talked about the Rams. We're going to get to some other games here now. Rams 34, Bucks Tampa Bay Bucks 7. Right. Third straight loss for Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield, is he playing this week, Corey, or out? He has that injured shoulder. What have we heard so far?
It doesn't look good. He has that sprained AC joint, but Baker usually tries to play. He's a physical quarterback, so he'll probably try and play through it, but I think they should probably sit him down for a week.
Corey Marino, our producer here. So, Vince, let's start with you. What difference does coaching make? Have we had a little problem with coaching on Tampa Bay right now? Why the 3-game slide?
Yeah, we thought Baker Mayfield was going to be the MVP as one of the front runners at one point during the season. Has come from behind wins, but he's a tough guy. And you know what? We've also mentioned the fact that what are the surfaces that these guys are playing on today has an effect on these injury predictions that we're getting. And, with Baker Mayfield going down at the SoFi Stadium with an injured shoulder sprain, You know, a lot of it has to do with the surface they're playing on. And so we've seen a lot of this. There's a couple more toe injuries. I think Lamar Jackson come up a little bit with a toe injury, another deficit. So, but coaching actually has a lot of an effect of how these guys play, because it's the preparation, it's because the style of which they play. And so much of this league depends on the defensive side of things, Mike. And the defensive side, where defensive coordinators who are at the helm at the top of the list. I happen to look at Vic Fangio with Philadelphia. I look at Steve Spagnuolo. I look at Arumo with the Colts, all Italian, obviously, but their defensive coordinators are great. You've got other ones that are doing fantastic. Vance Joseph with the Broncos, okay? The Browns have Jim Schwartz. They're playing great. Rams with Chris Shula.
I was wondering what was taking you so long
to get to the Rams.
They got the number one defense in pro football
well, number
right now.
one, but they're not rated number one at the top of the list. You know, I mean, the Broncos and in Houston are 1 and 2, along with the Chiefs are up there too, and the Colts. But you know, everyone plays into this fact. But when you look at and break it down, what I'm most impressed with is the intellectual ability of these coaches to relay the information to their defenders. And no one does it better than Steve Spagnuolo with the Chiefs, because there's a myriad of formations that they're presented with, and they have a bunch of calls. They can adapt any call they have to any formation they see and personnel groupings on the field. They're very intelligent. They're very smart. That's the reason they've won so many Super Bowls and have been in the Super Bowl 5 of the last 6 years.
Right.
Let's look at the next game here. Cowboys 24, Eagles 21. Both of these teams could be called America's team, but, you know, the Cowboys get a little upset. But it looked like the Eagles 21-0. Cowboys come roaring back. Is that coaching? Was it Dak Prescott? I mean, you had CeeDee Lamb dropping 3 passes in that game. Start with you, Jackie. Your thoughts on it?
Well, my thoughts are this. When I look at the Dallas Cowboys, I see where Jerry Jones has assembled one of the most talented rosters in all of pro football. He's concluded a couple of years ago that he had one of the most talented quarterbacks in all of pro football when he gave Dak Prescott the contract that he has. Now, Dak Prescott is no joke. This guy, when complemented properly, can make plays. He is capable of killing you from the pocket. He has the ability to beat you with his legs if he has to take off. And I've been, quite frankly, Vince, impressed with him and his decision-making of late. When you know, he's not a guy that's in a hurry to take off, but when he does, he impacts the game. And so, to me, when you look at these two receivers that they have, CeeDee Lamb and the kid that came over from the Pittsburgh Steelers, these are top-rate wide receivers. These are guys that are game breakers, and they have the good fortune of being surrounded these talented people with good physical offensive line and a running game. So for me, the Dallas Cowboys right now, they should be tickled to death at where they are. I mean, I'm sure they want to be better record-wise, but this is an ascending team. Unlike what a lot of guys think of them, Vince, they're an ascending team in my opinion.
They're staying put.
Vince, the Eagles, 21-0. They were ascending, and then they just fade away right there.
They had a slump.
They
had a little slump. But, you know, credit a lot that goes to the Cowboys for staying pat with their plan. And they get George Pickens involved in this game. He had 9 catches for over 150 yards. That was a big difference maker in this game.
Difference.
And then Saquon Barkley with the timely turnover. I mean, it couldn't have happened at a better time for the Cowboys. They took advantage of that. And like Jackie said, Dak did it with his legs. He ran in for the touchdown. So, I mean, these kind of plays can make or break you in the deciding game. And so they came up, and then who was going to win it in overtime was going to be the Cowboys. They have one of the best kickers in the NFL.
Right.
He missed the one before that, but he's not going to miss 2 in a row.
He's not going to miss 2 in a row.
And so they credit the Cowboys. They're a divisional rival. Okay, they know each other really well. That's why the Cowboys were ready to play this game at home.
All right.
You know, just one last thing about the Philadelphia Eagles. I think, Vince, that they don't have enough playmakers. I mean, they've got one good wide receiver. They got an explosive back. Their offensive line is not playing at the same clip that it was a year ago. But who is that other guy? Where's that other big play receiver that they can add to the mix to really take the pressure off the one one big play receivers that they have. I think they need to be,
they got to get their running game going, Jackie.
And
simply because Saquon Barkley's got to get running.
They've been depending a little bit too much on the quarterback's ability to take off with it and run and make plays.
That's right.
All right. Getting the hair game going is pretty good. The hair game is important. We look at the Jaguars there. Trevor Lawrence, 27, Cardinals 24. This one went to overtime. It was kind of a good one to watch. Vince, your thoughts?
Jacoby Brissett is the answer for the Cardinals thus far in this season. He's really got them competitive.
Is he tall enough, Vince?
Oh yeah, certainly, man. And he's he's skilled. He's got talent.
What were you saying about receivers not being able to see the quarterback in the pocket?
In the pocket, they're running down the field, and you're looking behind guys who are 6'9", 6'8", up in front up there. You got to be able to see kind of where your quarterback is back there, Jackie. And
So
you're
what
breaking
you're
in routes, and when you have to glimpse and find out where the ball's coming from, that's a different story.
Is that extra work for the wide receivers?
It is.
Oh my
it's
goodness!
Tough to make that catch. You can't make a break on the ball.
Well, how tall is that starting quarterback? 5'8"?
Oh yeah, little Tyler. Yeah, he's
coaching style. Coaching style. Chiefs 23, Colts 20. Another overtime game, Jackie, and again, good coaching there on the Chiefs.
Yeah, very good coaching. And Andy Reid is a hard guy to pick against, and the Colts are an ascending team in my opinion with the quarterback that they have playing. But Andy Reid, Vince, to me, the guy just situationally knows where to put the football, knows how to attack the defense situationally. So that means that he and his defensive coordinator are collaborating and looking at defenses as well and saying to Andy, hey, Andy, when they play this cover two, that ball should be thrown in this area because look at this guy right here. He can't get there. He can't get there. This guy can get there. They're looking at all of these things like you say, and what better guy to have in your coaching staff than the defensive coordinator who is probably the best in the business, as you say, for Andy Reid. I just think Spagnuolo. I just think it's a win-win situation, and I think they're going to always be very, very hard to beat because they play the game mentally before they ever play it physically.
And intelligence, Jackie. You have to remember who they've got. They've got Bowden in the linebacker. They've got Tranquil. They've got Watson's playing
all
great.
Bright guys.
All
smart guys and are versatile guys.
They stopped Taylor. They stopped Jonathan Taylor cold. I mean, he only had like 52 yards rushing.
Right.
He normally has 150.
He had 150, almost 200 yards.
Right, exactly. So they know what they need to do to win. And, you've got who's at the helm. You've got Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, he's a fighter. He knows how to win, and that's what you want to watch. You want to see their ingenuity, what plays they've designed this week, and credit Hunt. Kareem Hunt, he's been a trooper.
He has.
I mean, he's come in. They lost Pacheco early in the season. He's been dynamic.
Yeah, he's an explosive guy.
And they know they understand the running game. You have to have some semblance of a running game to be successful, and they make it work.
All right, Vince, the Lions 34, the Giants 27, much too close in this overtime game. What's with the coaching staff of the Lions? Who's calling the plays? What's going on there?
Well, okay. The Lions, they've got Campbell. They have Dan Campbell calling the plays now.
Therein lies the problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they are having success, so Jack, because he's got Jamar Gibbs up to speed. He had like 250 yards rushing, and he broke the one late in the game in overtime. He ran, 80 yards for the go-ahead score to win the game. But they know the basic mechanics. I love their makeup. I like what they do. They have what we thought was going to be a great offensive line. There have been some question marks up there as of late, but they protect.
Yeah.
They've got Jared Goff playing at a level, and I love their receivers. I mean, they're putting it all together.
What they're doing, Vince, is, and I was critical of the head coach when he took over the duties of play calling. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that the reason why I did that is because I know that head coach, he has a lot of things he has to be able to manage during the course of a game, including his coaches and situational football. Well, then he has taken over play calling, and what he has done with that is he has focused on running the football. He is putting big physical offensive linemen, having them sit down on defensive linemen, running good combination blocks, and getting the ball pushed down the field that way. The physical aspect of what he's doing with Detroit, I love.
And Jameis Winston had a good game too, Jackie. I thought they were going to win it at the end.
Yeah,
Close game, Michael.
All right, we'll take a quick break here. Coming back, get that Harmony cheese ready to go. Don't forget to check us out at onpointlive.net. That's our website. Email us onpoint@crntalk.com, onpoint@crntalk.com. Go to harmonycheese.com. Order up your holiday cheeses. Nothing better than a cheese tray to send to somebody you love and you'll like a lot. And you get a couple for yourself so you can take them to friends' houses during the holiday. They'll put together some great cheese trays and a lot more at harmonycheese.com. Don't forget to like us with our YouTube channel, OnPoint Live with Vince Ferragamo and Jackie Slater. Give us a like. It's here for you. We're available. We're taking it for you, and then you can enjoy great stuff by watching us. See what the video looks like. OnPoint Live, Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater. Let's get back to it here now. Seahawks 30, Titans 24. Seahawks are looking pretty darn good, Vince.
Yeah, they are, and a lot of that has to belong to Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator. He's got, he bounced around a little bit. He went to the Chiefs. He went to the Saints. He went to the 49ers. He coached Brock Purdy there. He went to the Broncos. He went to the Vikings with Kirk Collins.
And how old is he?
Cousins. He's Kubiak?
Yes.
He's
in
a young
his
guy.
30s. He's in his 30s, late 30s, right?
Yeah. He's been in the league a few years,
Yes,
Jackie, but he comes from a good background.
Yes, he has.
But he's made a big difference with Sam Darnold, and that's what we're talking about. And he's throwing to JSN, who can break the all-time NFL receiving yardage record for over 2,000 yards. And guess whose record he's going to break? Probably Megatron.
That
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, a guy who's probably 8 inches.
He thought that record would never be broken.
Yeah, a guy who's 8 inches taller than him, by the way.
Yeah, well, he had a few games to do it too. He's got a few more games. But Sam Darnold's having a good year. He bounced back this week, and the Seahawks look pretty darn good.
I last week I was apologizing to the Minnesota Vikings front office for letting Sam Darnold. I couldn't believe that they would, let him go. And then he goes and he throws those 4 picks last week, and I'm thinking, I see why they let him go. The guy can't hit a bull in the butt with a bass fiddle. And then he come back and he plays the way he does this past week, Vince, and I have to conclude there's been a whole lot more good than there has been bad. Whole lot more good than there has been bad with this young man. And I mean, he is a gem. He is a guy that you can win with in the National Football League. He makes great decisions most of the time, and he's a pretty accurate thrower.
You can't predetermine, Jackie. You can't predetermine what you want to do with the football. I know he loves to throw the JSN, and he's open almost all the time, but you can't predetermine that.
Maybe that's where he got in trouble last week with those 4 picks.
Still read the coverage, and he'll stay out of trouble.
Let's take a look at the Falcons 24, Saints 10. Jackie, Falcons come in with a win there. They're 4-7 now. Maybe some playoff hopes. What about the Saints? Anything to help them?
Well, I don't know. The Saints, their quarterback Vince. I just haven't seen a lot. No. I haven't seen a lot with the pass rush. I haven't seen a lot with the run ability to stop the run. I haven't seen them run the ball real well or throw it real well. There's nothing about the New Orleans Saints that I look at and say, man, if they could build around what they're doing here, it would give them an opportunity to be very successful. I don't see that positive quality. I see some big guys. I see some talented guys. I see some guys with speed, but I never see it, harnessed the way Andy Reid would take and harness all of that ability and make things happen. I just wish I could see it, Vince.
Yeah, the Falcons, I think, are doing it on defense, Jackie. They've got, they have Robinson, who's a great runner, but on defense they have Jake Ulbrich. Let's not forget him, what he's been able to do, the previous head coach for the Jets. He's been doing a pretty good job with that Falcon defense. It keeps them in a lot of games. But, yeah, I think Kirk Cousins come alive. I mean, he had a decent game in that game, and I just don't think the Saints are that good as a team. They're probably at the bottom of the list. I would have been say before that the Titans, but I think Cam Ward's coming along. So, I mean, I think the Titans are going to move up a little bit.
I'll tell you who is that good.
Defense.
The Patriots 26, the Bengals 20. The Patriots 10-2 now on the year.
The Patriots look tough, Jackie.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing it in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, you think we could be getting replay of the Super Bowl that the Rams and the Patriots had?
Oh, that's a long time ago. You're going back to 1999.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that far back, was it? It was
you're talking about the one in the Seattle,
when the Patriots beat them.
Yeah,
they came from a little bit behind and beat them.
That's right.
You know, these teams, the Patriots are playing as well as anybody in the AFC, just like the Rams are playing as well as anyone in the NFC. And the thing about it is that they're powered by minds that that warrant the success they're having. I mean, their offensive coordinator over there in
Josh McDaniels
over there at the Patriots, he called plays for Tom Brady when he was playing some of his best football. Josh McDaniel is a battle-scarred offensive coordinator with championship teams,
making a difference with Drake May, obviously.
And Drake May is a talented quarterback who knows how to put certain touch on the football, like you always talk about. You know, so you couple that with the fact that their head coach is a genuine motivator. And if they've restocked, this is not the same team that was there a year ago. This is not the same team.
No way.
They got a championship caliber left tackle that they drafted. They rebuilt their offensive line. They added a lot of potential big name players on their defensive side of the football. This team is more equipped now to compete in the National Football League than it was a year ago.
And Mike Vrabel's a lot to do with this too, Jackie,
Absolutely.
with his acquisitions
Absolutely.
of his coaching staff, and he has a lot of respect for his coaches. One of his coaches just had pancreatic cancer. He's been sidelined. And, he stood up for him. He's trying to help him out the best he can.
Right.
That goes way beyond. This is a family deal because they're showing videos, photos of the kids when they're growing up.
As kids.
Come on.
Making it fun. He's making it fun, Vince. And there's a lot to be said for that.
This is a good team.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Making it fun. It's about time.
Right.
The Chicago Bears, is it coaching? Yeah. What is it, 31-28 over the Steelers?
It's both.
Ben Johnson.
It's both.
Come on, Ben
it's
Johnson.
Coaching and player. You can't negate.
Yeah, I know it.
You can't negate what the young quarterback is doing, Caleb.
I know.
I mean, he is growing.
He settled him down, Jackie.
He's growing.
Not so nervous.
And the other thing about it, Vince, is they invested early on. They brought in a left guard over there who started off with the Patriots and was with Kansas City. They brought him in there to help settle this offensive line down. And I think they're playing at a clip that warrants getting into the playoffs and maybe doing some damage once they get there. When you get a guy like Caleb, when you have a good quarterback like that, you have to make him feel that he's surrounded with everything he needs. Not only the protection, not only the weapons, but the protection. And that's what he has to feel good about it, let alone the deployment of the different personnel groupings and everything that Ben Johnson is bringing to the table.
But you said it right, because the coach gave him the confidence, trailing, and after a mistake, he's back in the lineup, throwing touchdown passes to win the game, Jackie.
Right.
That's confidence the quarterback has because he believes in the coach and the system. And the play that's going to be called is going to work before it even actually happens on the field. You have to believe, and it's going to happen.
It's a good
Jackie,
partnership.
they've been struggling a little bit, but they've won 5 straight. They're over 500 again after a dismal start. The Baltimore Ravens 23 over the New York Jets 10. They're still on a roll, even with Lamar Jackson struggling a bit.
It just says a lot about Harbaugh.
Yeah.
The guys. I bet you if we go and look at every single special teams unit, they're going to be playing their very best football on their punt coverage, on their punt return, kickoff coverage, kickoff return, every single facet of special team football. I bet you they're near the top at Vince. And that's the way it always appears to me when I look at them playing. So you got the combination of a coach that looks at the meat and potato items of any football team, and then he works up from there. There is no doubt in my mind that this football team fell off a little bit when they lost Lamar with that pulled hamstring.
And where they pick it up at with Derrick Henry.
They picked it up with Derrick Henry, and they also picked it up with Huntley, I think his name is, the backup quarterback. After they experimented with the other guy who
Cooper Rush,
that's
going to make it.
Who made them have to have 2 different game plans.
But Jackie, they're playing mistake-free football, Michael, and that's why they're on a 5-game winning streak.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, they don't turn the ball over.
They don't turn the ball over.
And you get the running game going now with Derrick Henry, and they start to fill in everything else around it, and Lamar gets healthy again. He starts, watch out. In the playoffs, they'll be a different team for sure.
Green Bay is getting healthy again. They're right there in Wisconsin with that HarmonyCheese.com website. They're playing Minnesota. They beat them 23-6. You think they want Sam Darnold back in Minnesota, Vince? What's the deal?
Oh, you know they do,
my
Vince.
God. Well,
you know they do.
Yeah, sure, for sure. I mean, they made a mistake, obviously. And you know where we saw it is with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Okay,
Unbelievable.
These guys are class guys.
It's amazing.
They understand where it's at, and they don't want to complain, but you could see it in their eyes. I mean, they're missing
Everything about them.
It's not. It's not all together.
Vince.
But credit the Packers, though. Again, Jackie, they went after Micah Parsons. That's a different defense now. If they play what they're capable of playing, like Michael, they can be one of the better defenses in the league.
Right.
But they just have to continue to progress and start to get better. And the coach is going to have to settle Jordan Love down and get him refocused into what he needs to do and how he's going to accomplish these victories. That's
Vince,
it.
One of the saddest commentaries to me, and this is only because I know how emotion fits on football teams. You can ride some emotional waves to some big game success, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And when you look over and you see the two wide receivers, two of the highest paid wide receivers in pro football, sitting over there slamming their helmets down, pouting, getting frustrated. What does that say to you? Mm-hmm. That says that somebody didn't evaluate the situation properly. Now, McCarty, by the way, is questionable for this week.
Yeah, he's hurt again.
And Vince, I've never been a guy to question a guy saying that he's hurt or not, but sometimes just the pressure of your inability to get the job done, can make you have to take a mental rest under the guise of saying I'm hurt. I'm not saying
a lot of different reasons.
But this is a football team that's frustrated at the high-profile positions right now.
I know.
Let's take a look
disappointing.
You forget about Houston with their offense, one of the best offenses in the league. They took Buffalo down 23-19. What are your thoughts there, Vince?
That was a big game. That was a big game for them,
game.
and they're getting turnovers. They really stopped one of the most exciting, versatile quarterbacks in the league in Josh Allen. I mean, they kept them in par.
What did he do the previous week? Was it 6 touchdowns?
Oh, yeah. I mean, 3 runs, touchdowns, Jackie, and 3 passing touchdowns.
Right.
But, they defend them because they have the number 1 rated defense. They were first against yards allowed, okay, and points per game, okay, Jackie?
Right.
So, I mean, that they're accomplishing it on defense. Will Anderson is getting after people. That's a team you don't want to play against right now because their defense is good.
It's really good, really
and,
good.
They came through, even without C.J. Stroud. When C.J. Stroud gets back, they'll even be better.
All right, the Browns 24 over the Raiders. When are they going to win? Raiders 10.
Well,
what's
Jackie,
going on? Geno
goodness.
Smith, what's going on with this guy?
Jackie, the
Pete
best
Carroll.
thing we saw in this game, when Shedeur Sanders goes in, throws a long touchdown pass, what was the reaction, Jackie, with Myles Garrett on the sideline?
You had to have been watching the game. Myles Garrett was like shocked. He was like, where did this come from all of a sudden?
We got something special
and
now.
you could tell that he'd been waiting to see Shedeur Sanders on the field to see what can happen because his reaction spoke volumes. Didn't it, Vince?
It did.
It just spoke
That's
volumes.
That's reverberating through the team.
And then
okay?
what did he do? They sacked the quarterback, 10 times?
They sacked Geno Smith 10 times.
And he had 4
this
of
guy,
them.
Myles Garrett, is on the NFL all-time history list for sacks
Absolutely.
in a season.
He's rolling toward that single.
He's not going to bypass it. He's going to crush the record.
At the rate that he's going, Vince. And as I told you, there's 2 guys.
One guy, exactly.
2 guys that I don't want nothing to do with. Aaron Donald is the first one, and Myles Garrett is the next. 2 of the best I've ever seen. And just think about it, Vince.
The 49ers had a chance to get him.
Yeah.
They didn't go for it.
Yeah, but that was your suggestion. I don't think that they couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it. They couldn't. I mean, and the people in Cleveland would probably burn the place down.
You want to go to a Super Bowl? You don't want to go to
Yeah,
Super
but
Bowl.
the people in Cleveland would burn the place down if they trade him, man. This guy's a hero back there.
Go after it.
Pete Carroll's firing some coaches, I'll tell you, to get the team going. Got to do something there with the Vegas Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Bless their hearts.
Yeah, they fired Chip Kelly.
Yeah, fired Chip Kelly. And
highest paid offensive coordinator.
Was
you know what? He made $1.6 million a game for 11 games.
Who
I want to go into
coaching. His
coaching.
offensive coordinator was it
I
Greg
could do
Olson?
that.
Yeah.
All right, speed handicapping coming up when we come back. Get ready to go. This is the picks that will give you your wins this week with our team of experts, Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater, yours truly, Michael Horn, and Corey Marino. So stay tuned. Get some Harmony Cheese at harmonycheese.com. Email email us onpointlive@crntalk.com. We'll take a quick break, come back with more. It's On Point Live with Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater. Don't go away. Welcome back to On Point Live with Vince Ferragamo and Jackie Slater. Corey Marino, yours truly, Michael Horn. Speed handicapping now. Thanksgiving Day. Vince Ferragamo, Green Bay at Detroit. Who do you like?
Well, Corey's got the best record so far, but I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions in this one.
I'm going with the Green Bay Packers.
I'm with you, Jackie.
I'm going with the Lions.
Hey, Corey, way to go.
How about Kansas City at Dallas Cowboys, Corey?
I got Kansas City.
I do too.
I do too.
I do 3.
Oh,
All
man.
right, Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. I like Baltimore. Jackie?
I'm going with the Ravens as well.
Michael, how you coming up with these picks? I got the Ravens.
I got the Ravens as
Gotta
well.
beat you.
Chicago Bears at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia's got the better defense, but I'm going Chicago Bears on
Yeah,
this
because
one.
they've won 6 in a row, right, Mike?
Yep.
I'm going with the Eagles, though.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles as well.
Mike's alone. I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah,
All
Mike.
right. Atlanta Falcons at the New York Jets. Corey?
I got the Falcons.
Obviously, I got Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons as well.
I'll go Falcons and hold my nose. Arizona Cardinals at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Vince, what do you think?
Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett.
Cardinals, whoever the
I like
backup,
Baker
Cardinals.
Mayfield's banged up. Come on.
whoever the backup is in Tampa Bay won't be able to compete with Jacoby.
I'm going to go with the Bucks.
All right, San
Ooh.
Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. Jackie?
Wow, I don't think Myles Garrett is going to have the same success. I'm going with San Francisco. That ball's going to be out of there.
Corey?
San Francisco.
I go the 49ers.
I got the 49ers.
Yeah, all right.
Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. It's a tough one to pick. What do you
Wow.
think, Jackie?
I'm going with the Colts. I like their quarterback and their running back right now.
Man.
Jackie?
I'm going with the home team. I'll go with the Colts.
All right. I'm going with the Texans and that
Ooh,
defense.
yeah, I
He
like
likes
that
that
defense
Hey, this
of
might
the
be our
Texans.
week. This might be our week to get
Yeah,
Corey.
I like the Texans.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints at the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to hold my nose and pick the Dolphins. What do you think, Vince?
I'm going with.
You don't have to hold your nose, man.
I'm
Come
going
on,
with
Dolphins are going to win
I
that.
think the Dolphins will win it too.
I like the Dolphins as well.
Corey?
Dolphins.
Dolphins all the way.
Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Vince?
Jags.
I can't believe
with
I'm
you on
going
the
with the
Jags.
Jaguars. I
Jags.
can't believe it.
Corey?
Jags.
Rams at the Carolina Panthers. I like the Rams. Corey?
Rams.
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 Minnesota Vikings at Seattle Seahawks. Vince?
Seahawks.
I'm with you.
Seahawks.
Seahawks
no
as
doubt.
well.
No doubt.
Raiders at the Chargers. Corey?
I got the Chargers.
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 Bills at Pittsburgh. I
Ooh,
like
tough.
the Bills.
The Bills.
Oh, I'm going Steelers, man.
I'm going with the Steelers as
Aaron
well.
Rodgers back.
Broncos at Washington. Broncos for me. Corey?
Broncos.
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 New York Giants at the New England Patriots. I like the Patriots.
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 All right. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And what do we always say when you're having your Thanksgiving dinner?
Stay on
on point.